brand from Trader Joe's. It looks pretty good, but we'll see how it goes. Bought it with my money, it ain't a bribe, not a sponsorship, so please subscribe. And if you like these videos, please let me know. Without further ado, let's start the show.
マトカが参ります。ご注意ください。
Hey friends, what's good? Yes, today we are trying the cold brew coffee and boba coconut non-dairy frozen dessert with tapioca pearls, officially available at Trader Joe's. So I heard about this because I guess it's blowing up on all the foodie Instagrams and foodie sites and whatever it is. But yeah, it's a ice cream, specifically a Trader Joe's brand ice cream that has boba in it. I like coffee, I like boba, non-dairy. That's great for people who have explosive diarrhea if they are dairy intolerant. So this might be your shit right here. But yeah, I wanted to give it a try and see if it's something that is like a go-to or not. I do have to say it was a little hard to get my hands on this actually, because they only have a certain amount of shipments per day. And if you're a night shopper like I am, like I went just thinking like, well, this is popular now, so they must have a lot. But they don't. So if you're looking to get your hands on this, I recommend either going in the morning, because they usually have a new stock in the morning, but they still don't have a big supply apparently. So I called in ahead, and you can actually reserve a carton if you want to, or multiple cartons if you call ahead in Trader Joe's. That's how I got this one today, so we're gonna test this little baby out. I'm excited. Before I actually test it out, I kind of just want to say like, I don't have high expectations for it, because number one, it's coconut non-dairy frozen dessert, so it's not like ice cream. Not too much of a bummer, but you know, ice cream is still like ichiban, it's still number one. So I don't know how coconut non-dairy frozen dessert is going to compare. And also, I kind of have a thing with boba. So the thing about boba is it's supposed to be a certain consistency. It is used to add texture to your drink. The thing about making boba as well is you want it to be fresh when you're giving it to the customer, right? Because it's prime chewy, prime like just like chewing on the balls. That's the prime moment to do it, when it's fresh, compared to if it's a day old, if it's refrigerated, all of these things. It's a starch, so it's gonna get hard. So it's either hard in the center, or it kind of gets hard and starchy and more dry, harder to chew. So I'm interested to see how they made this work. It's thawed out a little bit, but not enough to like get all creamy or anything. So let's just go ahead and get into this. Also, I'm doing this in bed just because I feel like, you know, it's a tough time in the world. Like, I love eating in bed, even if it like is a little messy and like a little messed up or whatever. But so it's looking, I don't know if you can tell, but you know, it's looking pretty good. Let's smelling pretty coffee. You can see like there's no boba yet. No boba. I don't know where it is, but we're gonna have to dig in and check it out. Itadakimasu. So surprisingly, the boba is pretty chewy, which I'm surprised, because it's like been in the freezer a lot. Maybe because it's like coconut milk instead of real milk, or it freezes a little differently. And the consistency of the boba is surprisingly not bad. I wouldn't say it's the best I've ever had for sure. And fresh, like right after boiled, boba tastes better, of course, but I would say this isn't bad. I would say if you're a coffee person and you really like strong coffee, this isn't super strong coffee either. So I wouldn't say it's necessarily super sweet as well. It's a pretty mild flavor, so you can tell that it's coffee, but it's not overwhelmingly strong coffee. It's also surprisingly creamier than I imagined it being. I guess the coconut milk really does come through hard in this and makes it more creamy than I thought it was gonna be compared to real dairy. But I would say the flavor is not like lashing out and whipping me in the face, which some people might like, but I kind of like being abused a little bit. I kind of like being whipped around a little bit when we're talking about food and stuff, not IRL. As you can see, I keep eating it, so it's not like it's bad or anything. I would say the taste is very underwhelming coffee. It's not like very espresso or anything like that. The boba gives it a nice touch. There's not a whole, you're not getting boba in every single bite in my opinion. So now the good thing about this is it is vegan as well. So if you can't do milk, and you can't do any other animal products. It's vegan. Personally, not a vegan. Personally, don't know very many vegans, so I've never had to go on a vegan date or a vegan lifestyle change or anything like that. But I would say to the vegans out there, you should try this because this is pretty damn good. Overall, I would say this isn't too bad. I'm not disappointed in it. If you ask me if I would buy it again though, I don't necessarily know. If they had this in like a Thai tea flavor or like a jasmine milk tea ice cream with boba, more of the boba flavors, I feel like this would be even more of a hit. I would say, you know, not everyone is necessarily into coffee. And if you think about coffee as well, you don't necessarily think of a boba drink. There are coffee inspired boba drinks. If you check out the cafe I work at, you might find one there. But I don't know, I feel like boba goes a lot better with tea in my opinion. And so that's the only critique I would make, and probably why I wouldn't purchase this again super soon. But you know, if I had to give a rating, I would still give it 4 out of 5 stars. I think it's light, it's creamy, the boba gives it good texture, and the boba isn't like super starchy or gross. I'm gonna wrap the video up here. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't. We're trying to figure out how to get that subscriber count up because there's a lot of people who are not subscribed but still watch these videos, so let's turn that around. Please subscribe. I'm trying to incorporate a little bit of music into my videos here on out, just because I talk so much like crap about doing music and then I failed, y'all. I failed, y'all. And it just didn't work out. I think my expectations were too high, and then it was just a lot of work, and I'm still figuring things out. So I'm just gonna do little things here and there, try to add into the video, see if you guys like that. Also, if you watched my last video, the February vlog, I feel like that went a little deep into YouTube and how I'm feeling about everything right now. So if you did watch it, thank you very much. Take it with a grain of salt because I'm still figuring things out. Trying to make my videos a little shorter as well, you know, just making shorter videos and hopefully being able to upload a little more. That's the goal, guys, so we will see. And if you guys want me to try other food or talk about certain topics, make sure to leave a comment below, and I'll see you next time. Peace.